Welcome back in, everybody. You wouldn't have guessed it, but me and Adam, if you had listened to us the last couple weeks and you made a couple bets, you'd be losing your money right about now. We predicted UBC would end up taking this series 3-2. However, SJSU has thrown a wrench, a spanner, the whole 9 yards in these works. They have taken a 2-0 lead. They won overtime on Bine 14-12, and they flip the script on Pearl, win 9-10 rounds in a row, and they end up taking Pearl 13-9 over UBC on their pick. Now, Breeze, potentially the last battleground of CVAL West for this year.
Yeah, and figuring out who the last CVAL champion is going to be in 2022. We did get news Northwood were able to take down Carleton, but that's another stream for another time. Regardless, SJSU bringing it back. I mean, look at that. The attacking half, the first half, 8-4 in favor of UBC, and they were absolutely stumped in the second half. Their Con showing up at the end. They're finding their aim. They took a couple rounds to sort of pick it up there, but once again, having a fantastic performance on Pearl once again. And now you look at it, it was UBC always able to get those first couple of kills, always able to sort of start the rounds off, but look at those post plants coming through from SJSU. So clean at cleaning up the rounds after that spike went down and able to push themselves back into the game.
They did such a good job battling back. Fighting through the adversity is kind of one of the things we've seen the last couple weeks. It's teams that they're down in the dumps. They're maybe down like 9-3, 8-4 on somebody else's map pick. They go on this insane run. Adam, we said it 3-4 times last week. We saw 4 or 5 games there was an 8 or 9 round run. We even saw it in some other collegiate earlier in the week as well. I don't know what it is with these VAL teams, man. Just win a round in between, make that sandwich. But they just seem, once they get on that run, that momentum starts to roll, man. That snowball gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And now UBC down 2-0. Will the pressure of the moment get to them? Breeze is going to be that SJSU pick. This is going to ultimately, potentially, be the decider. I do not want to write off UBC yet. I know they have a lot of fight left in them. They have come a long way. They've won 9 out of their last 10. I guess not counting the last 2 maps, but this team, they're looking to come back.
Yeah, they need to try and just push it forward with whatever they've got. I mean, even when we look at these replays, it sort of tells the tale of the tape at that all of these early replays just going in favor of UBC. Actually, we're just going to hop right into when SJSU start their comeback. And I think it all started this round. You know, John Hamm finally able to get a couple of kills, get that confidence up a bit. This is where Con's starting to pick it up a little bit more as well. And it's just, that's the main story, just them being able to push back into this game, sort of start that momentum going for them. And over time, they just build that confidence, build it up over time as John Hamm just sort of cutting a hole in the wall there. Regardless, that was sort of the beginning of the end for UBC, for being real. Sort of that round, they were just able to rattle off multiple in a row. And after that, it felt like it was just too little too late from the side of UBC.
Yeah, UBC now, we know the pressure is going to be mounted. We talked about this team. They maybe don't necessarily practice as much. Maybe they don't scrim quite as much, but Breeze, one of those maps. Yes, you can rely on those aim duels, but it's going to be a lot of these set plays. What rotations, what lurks are you able to find? Breeze gives you so much space to kind of operate and kind of play it in your own way. Obviously, we're going to see the Viper set up at A. We're going to see a lot of the same stuff we usually see, but it's going to come down. And I think the catalyst for this game is, can IDK get going on that operator / that tour de force? He had it so many times, and he was in so many really good chances to find those first frags, just maybe a little bit off with a couple of those shots. And a couple of those shots can mean the difference between 13-9 and maybe 11-11, pushing on to overtime again. It's these little small mistakes, these small blips that end up having larger impact at the end of the game.
Yeah, that's the main thing. I think overall it's challenging for UBC to sort of get their wits about them as well when they're starting to face up against an unstoppable force. And while it sort of comes down to how seasoned you are, how well practiced you are in these situations, you know, if you're more so of these solo queue players, sometimes it can happen where, you know, you just sort of lose the mental edge. And realistically, we saw them come back from 8-4. We saw them sort of drop from an 8-4 as well. I just need to see if they're able to sort of push through, if they're able to punch through that sort of almost like glass ceiling for them and say, you know what, we are going to defy expectations. We are going to take SJSU's map. We're going to reclaim Haven for ourselves, and we're going to push this to map 5. That is what they need to do. At this point, you've got nothing to lose. You got Canada on your back at that. Effectively, we've had no Canadian champions now confirmed, as you know, as we mentioned, Northwood taking down that CVAL North as well. You know, it's literally all of Canada on your back for 2022. You got to end it here, and you know, you've got to push through. And honestly, I think for UBC, they know that, and they're more than ready.
How
for
much
this.
Canadian copium can two casters put into one series to try to get UBC back into this one? It'll be lethal doses by the time we get to map 5. If UBC is able to end up pushing it to map 5, we talked about potentially having that map 4. You gotta get through Breeze first. They have to make sure they put those 2 games in the past. Yes, you blew a lead. Yes, things didn't necessarily go your way. That is done. That is over with. You have to do your best to forget about that. This team, we talk about them being maybe like untiltable in a sense, or they maybe don't get quick to get angry as fast. You know, that anger trigger doesn't go off quite as easily, but the pressure of the moment, and are you going to be able, and honestly, credit to SJSU, this team is damn good. It's a team that we definitely underestimated the last couple weeks. They had a little bit of a rough stretch, but this team, man, they are showing that they are like potentially capable, and it looks like they might be the best team in CVAL West. They earned the right to be here, and man, as a lot of things that UBC could have fixed, but SJSU didn't give them a lot of room to get back in the game either.
Yeah, and I think it's back to your point about, you know, sort of having that sort of kill switch in a sense as well. It all comes down to whether you're able to, you know, turn on your fight or flight. You know, you're down to the wire. You need to fight or you just run. And it comes down to whether it is going to be that fight that kicks in or if it's just going to be flight, and SJSU are able to take this one handily. It really comes down to those intangibles at that as well. It just comes down to how you can keep yourself centered and not get tilted in a lot of ways. We talk about it a lot, but it is, you know, an omnipresent factor. You start to lose a couple of games, you look at your score and you're like, man, we had the lead. How did we throw that? You can't find answers. You start, you know, arguing within your team. You just need to make sure you've got that voice to smooth it out, basically say, listen, we're fine. We are fine. We are fine, and we are fine. Let's get this dub. Let's get this bread. Let's take it home.
The only problem is with that, you need to have that calming voice, and sometimes that person kind of has to convince themselves everything's going to be okay. So you're telling everyone else, like, okay, guys, we're not burning down. Everything's fine. Internally, they're going, oh, okay, we need to figure out something. Like, I gotta get these guys going. We gotta get back on track here. But they have to find that calming voice, soothe things, and take it one round at a time. Yes, you're gonna have a lot of Valorant to play if you end up pushing it, but you have to take it one round at a time. How can we execute better this round? What is this attacking round gonna look like? What is our defensive setup gonna look like? Don't even think about map 4. Don't even think about map 5. Think about Breeze. If it's 2-1, you think about round 4 on Breeze. You have to get, you know, stay in the moment, not think ahead, especially if you're SJSU. You do not want to overlook a team like UBC. Even if they end up coming, like starting slow on Breeze or something, UBC, they have so much firepower. And if they get momentum going back the other way, who's to say they couldn't end up winning 2 maps in a row? So it's going to be very, very difficult. SJSU, though, so good. We've called all these players' names time after time again. It's just so hard to out-execute these guys. But if any team maybe has that juice to come back and do it, I think UBC is one of those teams.
Yeah, especially sort of with the recent run of things that they've had. And I mean, we talk sort of about the cold streak from SJSU. I don't think they're on a cold streak.
No, that's
I think we can sort of put that into the past. At this point, you know, they're sort of shaking it off. NECC, who cares about that? It didn't need to get there anyways. They've got more than enough titles under the belt to make up for it. And I mean, in a lot of ways, maybe it is also sort of the season where all these teams are going to Red Bull Campus Clutch and SJSU not qualifying for it this time around. It's their revenge tour in a lot of ways. They're saying, you know what? We should have been there. We should have been there with you, Alberta. We should have been there instead of you, Alberta, in a lot of ways. And they are looking to push forth, try and find themselves the sweep. And realistically, if they clean up the sweep, you know, it's just we cast a curse maybe, but honestly, they just showed up with their A game. They are ready to play. But as we hear from production here, we are into Agent Select Map 3 Breeze coming at you quick here. This one's going to be interesting because, as we mentioned, both of these teams have had some rather strong performances on this map, but I think UBC has had slightly better performances, at least from what we've seen on this stream.
Yeah, the only thing is, though, after going down 2-0, is that performance going to equalize in this series, or is it kind of going to be that blip? Yes, they can play well on Breeze. It's very easy to play well on Breeze when it's maybe 0-0, maybe 1-0. Having that mounted pressure makes every map so much harder. It makes you think about the game more instead of just kind of going out there and playing. And obviously, you have to think the game through. You have to make sure you game plan accordingly, but you have to go out there, kind of get in that flow state, just feel things out, feel when things are going to happen. And that's a huge part of Valorant as well. It's just kind of feeling the pace of the game, getting enveloped in it and trying to thrive in it. And UBC, they are running out of time to kind of stick in this pace. They have to figure it out. 20 seconds away from pistol on Brace, potentially the decider of all of CVAL West.
Yeah, and it comes down to Teddy's Cypher once again. They looked very confident last time around. This time, we'll see if they're able to match that performance. Looking at their setup, they're trying to go for a little bit of a lurk here, sort of playing into the chamber-esque style there, but sort of holding down any potential pushes from A. But Kahem already sort of spotted out here, picking up the Sova this time. Gonna be able to land a couple of headshots there. finding first blood of that three here. Granted, they shed a decent amount themselves. As this big orb here actually going to get traded out. Yams Pearson going to be able to pick some up on the backside of it. Trades going to plenty. Now it comes down to 3v2, but that, those members are blipping low there. It is all down to Teddy with full HP, and the rest of these members with about, like, I don't know, an average of 10 apiece. They're
look at Cypher. Posted up on A. I've been here, guys. Come plant the spike. It's welcome. A is open. Come on. The water's nice. Come on. He is setting up this A site, Teddy. That true Sentinel player we talked about. We expected to maybe see the Cypher or the Killjoy at some point. We're now going to see that Cypher come to fruition. Getting on those cameras, the timing, he spots out Hemmer, maybe trying to bait for one of his low HP teammates there. Shock Dart, Snake Bite lineup trying to come through. It wasn't though. Kem and John Ham, beautifully done by Teddy to sit on that A site, lock things down, and let his teammates end up that pistol.
Yeah, just sitting behind the pipes there, sort of crouched down out of the line of fire. If you fire one bullet through those pipes, you're collecting a kill or two at that. But it is just Teddy sort of playing the bait game, playing the Cypher there, doing a great job of sort of holding those angles and sort of keeping the attention of those two UBC players. And now get a little bit of a bonus going for you once again. It's a Vandal picked up by Kaham. They were super good in the early parts of that Pearl map. They were the ones to sort of hold the line while the rest of the team sort of figured it out. And now it comes down to continue that gameplay. Yams, though, going for a very aggressive run here. Not going to get spotted out quite yet, but the old dog. You got that dog in you. I think we're able to find two already.
Yams almost had that dog in him, and just a little bit of a puppy there. Gets that right click with the classic. Not going to be able to find that kill. Big Worm, 46 HP, dashing onto the backside of Pyramid here. This should be a pretty easy plant for SJSU. Should theoretically be easy hold as well. The Bulldog going to be good for another one. Big Worm, good for 3. A very, very fast flawless from SJSU.
Yeah, just executing onto site, using their weapons advantage, and making sure that they get every single kill. Dot your I's, cross your T's, and start signing that check potentially for the prize money for first place, because they're looking poised and ready for that. At least in their eyes, I'm sure that this team, confident at ever knowing what they need to do to get this victory. They're feeling as if they just want to try and push it all the way home. They want to find these victories. Teddy's still opting to save out here, not picking up a rifle yet, quite literally bonusing up as far as they can, and they're going to be the rich member here. Got one for themselves. They're just going to keep holding the line here as Thigworm now pushing up through 2. No one's home there. Just the chamber trademark, which should be spotted out well before anyone crosses that
talking
line.
About Teddy kind of going for like that bonus. This is the beautiful thing about taking that early lead is you can start to play the macro game a lot more than the opponent. You can kind of dictate, okay, we're going to set up for this 4th round. We're going to be willing to give up a couple guns here. We're going to play for these next couple rounds, though. This wing's going to be good. Shots are going to be long. Thigworm finds that kill with the Bulldog. Getting hit back and forth here. Pearson with that Vandal. Trading out John Ham. Cloudburst going to go out to create some space, but I believe there is somebody potentially on that flank as well. Hemmer finds a kill onto Kem. Big Worm and Pearson.
Where's Teddy?
Very good question. Ends up off earlier. Pearson takes out Big Worm as well. That's going to prove to be a very, very expensive round, but SJSU, I guess, you got caught, you got a chance, but, one before.
Yeah, going to be going back over towards this A site, throwing down those blinds, but from heaven there, from the bridge, I don't know, the captain calls and says, you're not getting this round. UBC take one back, and it's a rather clean one, They did lose iNoob there. They lose one Vandal, potentially able to buy him up. It doesn't look like that's going to be the case. But at least on that flip side, Teddy, so rich at this point. Everyone's going to be able to buy back those Vandals. Now SJSU going to be going down to those aim duels. Now you're on even footing. Round 3, round 4 is always when the game sort of starts in a lot of ways. Those pistol rounds so coin flippy. Now you've got to show what you've got. At least for UBC, you can see the aggression that they want to put through. Pearson already stands right up against that wall. They want to just sprint forward, look for anything that they can. And yet they show restraint. They're just holding these angles as close as possible. They don't want to give SJSU an inch because they know exactly what will happen if SJSU get the slightest, the smallest advantage.
Yeah, both of these teams are actually really similar in that fashion. They are willing to take that inch and try to run a mile with it, both on offense and defense. So it's always that kind of cat and mouse game. Are we going to wait around for these guys to make the first move, or are we going to be the ones to initiate, maybe check these corners, try to play out the rest of things? A lot more measured approach, exactly. Everyone going to slowly walk over to this A site. They might have the rotation and the timing, though, but I don't know. Locking down that cave section. He's going to find that kill. Rendezvous out to safety. That's going to be a nice early pick for UBC.
Yeah, it's just the aggressive angle that you're able to hold with this pre-nerf chamber. You're able to just toss down those trademarks, basically just jump around wherever you want. And Just or the rendezvous, at least the trademark holding down Hall still. Teddy doesn't want to push through there quite yet. Has found so much space for themselves on this map, just right down the middle. This tunnel can be so difficult to hold on defense from time to time. And now it's just going to be a slow walk towards this A site. 3 members here. Of course, the extra man in Hall sort of supplementing that. They push forward. IDK just still holding the line. Well, as Sova on the opposite side, they're looking to try and find that plant.
Shoulder action there. Pearson.
One
a
enemy
couple
remaining.
though. Inoob gonna be there to round things
Spike
out.
planted.
Khan is gonna find that plant. He's gonna find at least one frag here. Pearson gonna be good for 3 though. The Jet making moves. 30 HP does not matter. UBC, they're gonna even things up at 2s.
And of course, the economy going to be in their favor now. You know, this is their save from last round. I know does go down. They're going to be forced to rebuy, but nonetheless, it's a solid round. And now you look across the map. Teddy's going to be the one to sort of buy that hero rifle if it's going to be anyone. Actually, Khan going to pick one up as well. It seems as if SJSU, they don't want to give an inch here. It's going to be the knives coming through. It's going to be a pretty full force coming down. At the very least, you know, John Hamm able to afford full shields. It's going to be Cam able to afford that. The Guardian as well. This is no save round for the side of SJSU. They do not want to give anything over. Granted, if they lose this one, then they're going to be in the dumps a little bit.
And this might come to that, hey, they're up 2-0, it's 2-2. They're honestly kind of in that position to take a chance like this and kind of go for that home run, because if it works out, oh my goodness, it works out fantastic. If you lose it, like I said, you never want to throw rounds away, but they know they have a lot of rounds in that back catalog to play with. Oh, the timing, not going to go Big Worm's way. He goes for the re-engage though, and that's going to go his way. That Blade Storm going beautifully. IDK now getting going on that operator. That's going to be Teddy down, and maybe that's the kicker that I don't know is looking for to kind of get going here in this series.
Enemy surprise.
I think we're still moving forward, but shut down with that knife. Now has nothing in the inventory. 30 health and a dream. Hammer holding this line with everything that they're worth. It's Yams picking up another one, but John Hamm comes through with a couple more members down to Thick Worm. 30 HP has the knives, but IDK does not care in that situation. Finds their 3rd round for UBC, and now let's see what they buy.
That's
curious to see what they come through, but Thick Worm buys. Everyone else is going to be forced
not
to
too surprising. Thigworm is usually going to be that main catalyst on that duelist. I don't think he had to buy last round either because of that Blade Storm, but what a 0-point knife came through from Khan there, or the side of UBC. Shut down that Blade Storm mid-air, basically nullifying that push. That would have been a very, very dangerous place for UBC to be. Great timing, though, to shut down that ultimate. Now they're going to have a Blade Storm of their own they might want to dip into. Not sure if they're going to rock with that one yet. They like the weapons advantage. They're going to keep what they got.
You can see playing around this Viper wall, already op shots flying through the night. Flash gonna come down. They find Yams early. Not gonna be able to get those bans this time around. With Pearson able to track down Thig in the air. Cam now gonna take one down as well. It's a
Welcome to
situation.
my
They'll force to hold these angles, but the Viper's pit popped once again. Only the 7-point ultimate, but Inoob able to find a couple of kills of their own. Now all of a sudden the pressure's on. 3-2 situation. Khan sort of left to their own devices for the time being. I don't think they're going to be able to find a res. They know where John Hamm is as well. Just going to be that door picked up. The spike picked up as well. And Teddy actually finding another one from the side with the Sheriff.
Teddy, when did Teddy get back here? Second one with the Sheriff. All onto, I don't know, with this operator as well now. Viper Pit still online on that A side as well. They could potentially find this plant. IDK waiting for any unsuspecting member to walk into his crosshair, but neither member going to indulge him just yet.
I know exactly.
Are we going to see the long rotation? Neural Theft actually does come online there. Beautiful job to get that scan. Now they should look for this spike plan. Get this bomb down. They got IDK getting out that last time, and they will actually take out the Thrifty. Teddy hit a nasty flank, ends up finding the 3K. They invest the Viper's Pit, but it is absolutely worth it. That Neural Theft as well. They make it 3-3 and knock things up here.
Yeah, and just an interesting round to come through. It just seemed as if, I don't know, was just looking for something. I think might not have recognized that the Neural Theft came down, or didn't realize that it was set to come through. And the second ping just sort of caught them. They were caught napping. And Teddy just able to come around the corner with those headshots through the wall, actually, as well. Just sort of reading out exactly where they were, expecting them not to move. And now, I don't know, forced to pop that tour de force. It's still full buys on both sides, but Thigworm now with this operator that was picked up. That is scary. This Jet with the op. on attack of all things, going to be able to hold those lines even better than before as Cam able to spot out Pearson, not going to actually land that dart.
Yeah, got a little bit of info nonetheless, so that drone not going to go totally to the wayside there, and Thigwarb, such a dangerous line of sight with this operator, flashing out some pings as well. He might have the timing of his life. Is he going to find it? Oh, splits the sticks though, doesn't find either one of those members, and the spray down's going to be good. Yams takes out Thigwarb. That was a beautiful angle with the operator, just couldn't connect, and the tour de force connects back the other way. Make it two for IDK. He gets traded out though. John Ham, good for a couple. John Ham though gets tagged out here in Cave. Now it's all on him to try to make something out of this round. Members still around for UBC. iNoob's gonna find that one. That'll be number 4 for UBC.
And a fantastic round. I mean, the chamber goes down. Yams doesn't get to the
Sag.
They're just a normal potato now. They ain't a sweet potato. I'm sure that they're going to be off anyways. Yeah, I don't know has the credits for it. They're going to be perfectly fine. Regardless, just a little bit sad. You would have liked to save that operator at that, save a couple of credits. It comes down to the minute differences there, but nonetheless, you can't choose when your teammates are going to pop off and find those kills. So at the end of the day, it's an extra round in hand for UBC. This is, of course, SJSU's map pick. They opted for this, and it's starting to look a little bit similar to how their last threes went, where it wasn't necessarily the cleanest, but it doesn't really matter so long as you get to 13 before the enemies can get to 12. That's all that matters at the end of the day. And Pearson already finding one, but Thigwarb able to trade one back. Is spotted out here. Pearson though with a great swing. Thigwarb gonna be well. Jeez, pop through these right clicks though. Cam right in the middle. What just happened? iNoob finds 2, and I don't know finds the 3rd. The round's over just like that.
Couple of jump scares, a Hunter's Fury double. That's all you need cooking up if you're UBC. That round was over in a flash when they got into that site. Oh, is right. Absolutely blinded. Just that round goes to the wayside about 15, 20 seconds, it felt like. But UBC, they walk away with that round win, all things considered.
I don't know. I'm going to have Sova jumping
behind me. That's a VOD review clip right there.
That's a VOD review. That's just us. What's going on? I mean, Cam finds it at the very least. You get your kills, you get your ones. But iNoob with a great Hunter's Fury back the opposite way. But now, full buys coming through once again. 8 rounds into this one. We want to try and break the ship for the side of Thigwarb. Now that Sova ultimate already going to be popped, just trying to clear as much space as possible. Dart can actually land onto Hammer. But Thigwarb's already got a really nasty angle. Drop down. Just firing through the wall, trying to find anything that they can. And Teddy, of course, they're on a flank, but they just missed out on the timing on Pearson.
Hammer time might not be there. That's 0 point. Take up Thigwarb. This time, they look at IDK. He's aiming. Trained on that angle, trying to find it. Chem just away from that KO nade as well. We're going to see shock darts, pop flashes, everything going from UBC. Here's that cloudburst as well. Oh, Chem in the corner. Only going to be good for one, though. The rest of UBC slaughtering SJSU. And here's John Ham with those snakebite lineups. It's not going to be enough. It is actually, for the time being, the half needs to be stuck. They're running out of time as well. This snakebite finds the kill, and John Ham's going to end up clutching this one up. The lineups, it looked like it was going to be dead and gone, but John Ham somehow keeping things alive with the snakebites. UBC completely clapped SJSU on the site, and all it took was sneaky old John Ham on the back line to keep things together.
And I wish we could just get instant replay of that as well, just because I don't know if Hammer had their own snakebite. They could have used their own snakebite. They could have cut down the damage, and they possibly could have defused there, but I'm not sure if they used both of them in that round or if they even had them available. Nonetheless, SJSU get away with murder there. Quite literally getting that spike down. No right to win that round, but John Ham holds the line. Now, got the Viper's Pit. You still got the advantage, at least here on the side of UBC. You look across the map, and it's, not bans, it's, single bills, a couple of Benjamins there. That's about it. On the flip side, there's still a lot to play with. You've got the Viper's Pit as well to use. You're going to be forced to rotate around here. This wall, this null command already popped, and Teddy, 5 HP, able to hold it.
Use that null command over on Acre. Teddy can find a second Acre. This is huge. Gamzo with the timing. Now they are going to invest that Viper's Pit, so going to be a very, very heavy investment from SJSU this round, trying to tie things up here. We might see that counter Viper Pit come through potentially, and I will see what UBC stealing here. IDK still working on that sniper rifle. See what he can find. And tagged up here. Chem's gonna fall to Hammer. Now into this 4v for UBC. Looking pretty healthy as well. Just have this Viper pit to navigate. Con, the timing, not gonna go his way. Hammer gets it. Big Orb though, good for one. 1 HP from this Decay though. Doing one hit, and Big Orb to help him out. Once again, SJSU, it looks dead and gone, and all of a sudden, 3-4 kills on his head, and they take the round.
And they just manage to clutch it out every single time. I have no words for them at this point. It makes no sense. They shouldn't be winning these rounds. It was 2v4, and all of a sudden, all 4 members just drop to the floor. SJSU find their aim, find everything, and John Hamm just seems to know once it's game point on the line, they just turn to a different level. 10, 6, and 5 on this Viper after underwhelming performance on map 2 specifically. And they'll just turn it back up. Big Orb, of course, in their element. They've got the knives out once again. This time, though, UBC going to use their own Viper's Pit, block off B, cut down the options, and at the very least, never mind, Yams. Still got that aim, still got that dog in him. Pearson, able to find him as well. What?
Blink and you'll miss it is how you describe that one right there. I thought we might see that middle Blade Storm duel, but looks like UBC going to be walking away a whole lot happier than SJSU right now. They're going to be into this 5v3. Viper's Pit still going to be over at B, and at this point, yes, SJSU could definitely end up taking the round. We've seen crazier, but you're looking to get a couple frags. iNoob, though, has other ideas. It's all in the timing behind Crate. Pearson now here to back him up with that Blade Storm. Chem, it's all in the timing. Is Noob gonna find the angle? Not gonna have it, but he still has that jet to deal with. One blade gonna land there. Cloudburst to that left side, trying to fake out here. Oh, he's gonna challenge this though. Here's the pop flash. Chem trying to walk down. He got the spot, and he is gonna find the kill. 3v2, just like that.
He caught the foot. He caught a glimpse of her toes there, and that's all it takes. Chem able to take him down. All of a sudden, this round still has legs. John Hamm is still alive. Never say never when this guy's alive. I think Hamm is one shot away through a wall. Through absolutely anything, they'll go down. Hamm, the healthy one. It's going to be challenging. Dueling Viper walls once again. Will John Hamm have the lineups? Lineup question. They did it once. Will they do it again? Hamm, though, on the wrong side of things. This Viper Orb going to come down. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Chasing him down. Hammer's going to check into it. Hamm finds one. I don't know. He's able to find Hamm. And it all comes down to John Hamm. John Hamm finds it once again. The snake bites are going to come down. Oh, no. Not like this. Not again.
Doesn't have any more snake bites, though. Diffuse. Yams trying to stick it. It's not going to work. Who else but John Hamm? Week after week, round after round. How many times could we call this guy's name? He keeps getting away with it. John Hamm finding ways to close these rounds. It's a 2v3. One of the members is at 20 HP. And we even said, surely they won't, right? And of course they do. SJSU take the lead back 1 round before the half.
John Hamm more like John. Damn, what a performance coming through thus far. How to use that so
I hadn't thought about it. That's good. We need more adjectives to describe this guy. That's all. That's what it is.
Honestly, yeah. You know, he's doing everything. You know, the dictionary does not have enough. Ooh, though. Pearson getting a little frisky there. Going to trade 1 for 1 with Chem there. At the very least, UBC going to try and hold it here. It's full buys on both sides. Although the opposite side, there's a Guardian picked up. It's not the cleanest of buys from UBC. They want to try and find their 6. They want to try and tie this half. Flip the script, flip the map, see what they can find on the opposite side. At the very least, Chem is rather low on health. I think they've got 30 health. No heals to come through. They still have that ultimate, though, which can be oh so good for holding down the spike, protecting it at all costs.
I don't know, is on that B side, but B looking pretty juicy right now. If they're able to swing this 4-man, if they can find that kill, this thing would be wide open. They had the Neural Theft and that Hunter's Fury, too, so this could potentially be a very, very good round for SJSU. They are going to find that tag onto I don't know. They have a lot of time still to play with, though. They could easily make this A play. Hammer might have other ideas, though. Spray down to the box. Not going to quite be there. Let's see what kind of aggression they take. There's a couple of push that right side as well. And that middle flank is going to come and pay dividends. Noob and Hammer both picking up one. Eddie trying to answer. It's not enough yet. Look at these members.
know
Look at this
exactly
HP. But they have that Neural Theft. They're going to get the info they were looking for. And that Hunter's Fury. They're trying to combo these boys up.
Find anyone. Yam's gonna take damage. He's 5 HP. But it doesn't matter as long as you're alive. You need to stay alive for 10 seconds. iNoob through the wall. Takes down Gahem. 5 HP and a dream on Yam.
Switching
Yet
sides.
they tie up to half. Now we flip the map and SJSU. They have a chance to bring it home on defense here. And this is a good defensive drop. They've got the Cypher. Surely that works out for them. You've got basically a full lockdown on one site. We saw some nasty lineups come through from Cypher last time they played it. Specifically, Teddy on that defense had some really nice lineups for themselves. It just comes down to how you execute it, how you can play it out, and if UBC can hold the line, because we've seen them do well on this map. We've seen them do well on offense. It's been split right down the middle to start us out here. This might be one of those situations where might be calling it early here, but it's going to be close. It's going to be
I said I'm calling it, and then you say it's close. I don't even. I'm scared to even say anything too.
You know what? I will not call it. I will not call anything. We will simply call the game as it is. It is close right now. I don't know. Able to find a kill.
All nice and early. John Hamm trying to get work out of cave here. Going to be good for one before he ends up falling to Pearson there. Pearson seeing if he can find any more on this backside of this A site. They are going to find that plant. Should be looking like a pretty good pistol for UBC. I think K is actually going to find the weapon swap, but one bullet. All Thigworm needs to take him out. Authority there. Backside pyramid. Trying to find the peek onto Noob. Pearson's going to swing and find the kill onto Chem. No. Shots ringing off through the night. Teddy going to be good for one back the other way.
One enemy remaining.
This 2v2. Thigworm going to be good for that last one. All onto Hemmer. Teddy holding a beautiful crossfire though. Finding a couple tags there. He is going to find the headshot. However, not going to be enough, and SJSU will take defensive pistol.
Was that important?
Find that for themselves to get that slightest of advantages going the opposite way. Now it just comes down to if UBC can answer. If they can find some of these guns off of the hands. Every single time, it seems almost assured that when you win the pistol, you're going to win your bonus round after your anti-eco, whatever you want to call it. Just depends on if UBC can make it costly. Pearson definitely looking to do so, has the Sheriff in hand. I think there's a reference there with that skin, by the way. Not sure.
Was it in some kind of famous production of television, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a Riot Games production.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check it out.
We'll have to check it out. I think it's called Arcane or something. Pretty good show. Regardless, all jokes aside. That's exactly what we're talking about, Pearson. Able to take a gun out of the hands already, but Hammer, 30 HP. Not going to be providing too much value for the rest of the round. I knew about 1 HP provides even less.
Can he find any more chip damage is the question, because his life is not long for this world. The swing's going to be double right click, not going to find that head though, and as we suspected, SJSU going to take that second round, and now 4 rounds, oh, rather 5. My math is very, very good in case you couldn't tell. 5 rounds away from claiming the championship.
Listen, the brain's getting fried here. It's final season in terms of students, and I'm sure SJSU at this point, they're looking over and say, you know what, I got to study soon. Let's get this over with. Let's get this done with. Making sure that that bonus round is very clean at that. One member falls, and it's Thigworm, but they're just going to trade around some economy. It's going to be Cam sort of buying up towards that Vandal, handing over the Bulldog to Thigworm there. Now, can they hold the line? UBC, going to have those full economies, those full Vandals, full shields. Wow. Oh, so scary. Job. And it's 2 kills already for SJSU.
That is such a good play. The timing was everything, of course, but they get 2 picks immediately. Even if they were to somehow lose this round, 2 rifles are now on the mat. Look at this cam lineup from Teddy in that cage. This is all day. Not even going to scan out. Doesn't want them to know where that camera is. This is strictly for some hard marks for those things. And he's going to find a kill on the backside of it. This Cypher work is beautiful. Now he's going to go for that dark tag. Get those teammates some frags as well. This is textbook Cypher on Breeze. This is exactly what you're looking for on this B site, locking things down. Essentially one man being responsible for 3 or 4 kills, even though he only had to click the trigger twice.
My goodness. And a fantastic bonus round. Great. Bulldogs on their hands. You know, they pick up Vandals now. They've bought up. They're able to afford things. And now UBC they're in dire straits at this point. You know, they're down 2 maps to 0. They're on SJSU's map pick. They're playing into the teeth of the defense, the Cypher that can just hold down a site with everything that they've got. And look at this. They're rotating the Cypher to A. They're putting 3 members on B side here. Try and catch UBC off guard, potentially not ready for the wires to come down. Unless it's going to be a push through mid here for UBC. They're playing as a team. Already though, over the top Thigworm, looking for the shots. Yam's able to find a kill on the Thigworm, and that's a big one already. But look at the health bars already. Pearson 45. You know, I don't know, who knows how much health. Not a lot at that. Trying to upgrade the weapons as they go as well. Pearson just going to try and clear as much space as possible, but yet gotta be so cautious. Extra shot can be the difference maker there. Marshall, though, 1-on-1.
Yeah, still a great round for UBC. Even better now, Hemmer picking up that kill onto John Hamm. That's going to be a Vandal in his pocket, and look at the HP of this SJSU team. This is a huge round for UBC if they can somehow close this one out. They have that 5-stack advantage. 3-shot for him. He's going to find that first kill. Hemmer, though, trading him out now. 4v2. Not a lot of HP on one. He's good for 2, though. And just like that, he settles the score. Things are evened up. That's in a decent spot, too, but Pearson on the Sheriff, shutting things down. All onto Teddy now. This UBC side, they're going to have some very powerful weapons, though. This is a massive round. Pearson. It's all in the timing.
Pearson might have just caught the timing as well as he's dropping down. Teddy not able to keep it accurate, and now has to find a way to sneak back up there. Has one cage available, and he used that. The other one's on A site. The other one's already down. The camera's on A site. How they found the timing on this. Pearson, look behind you, buddy. Oh, it's Hemmer catching him. And now just going to be the lineups, just keeping him at bay. Teddy, can you do it? Can you find the 10th round for SJSU? Do you know where they are? That's the question.
I think he has Pearson locked down, but ultimately, is he going to be able to find the frag? He knows he's trapped in that corner. He's trying to play for this exit. At least take a rifle. He's going to find one. The time is not going to be his friend, though. Just looking to find one more kill here on the Hemmer. They're going to go a little bit of a chase here, but they're not going to find anything out of it. And UBC taking a very big round in very spectacular fashion.
Yeah, and I mean, it won't say it because, you know, they didn't get all the kills, but technically a Thrifty coming through at that. They had, you know, sheriffs and marshals and a whole bunch of nothing. They somehow make that nothing into a nothing sandwich, and they eat it, and they get themselves a win. Always got to make sure you got your balanced breakfasts coming through. At this point, it's starting to become a balanced dinner, and at this point, you just need anything. Get your protein bars, get everything in there. Try and find yourself some a little bit of a streak. Get hot at the right times, and that's what it's all about. You got to get hot now. Looking at those economies, we've been talking about this entire time. It's all about the economy. And with them all being econ students, they should know a thing or two about that. They gotta win this round.
Exactly. They should know this is very, very important. This is it down to that nitty-gritty. SJ, they do have that neural theft. They do have that null command as well. Two very powerful tools. The operator, also quite powerful for the uninformed viewer out there. Thigwerb showing off that power. One shot. Jet on Jet. Crime takes him down. 5v4 SJ.
Yam's just sort of lurking around, being a little bit sneaky. And actually, it's the team following in suit. They see it's a Viper wall already placed down here. Whether John Hamm knows what's going on or not is yet to be determined. I don't know. Just holding this angle, trying to go off versus op. Sort of the late lurker, the lag behind player. Trying to pick off anyone who may proceed. And now, all of a sudden, they know. They've got the information. John Hamm was trying to shut down area, but now suppressed. No snake bite's gonna spot him out as well, forcing him.
No command coming through as well. The KO nade and reflection getting hit with all the utility there. Teddy gonna find that kill on the Yams, put him into that zero state though. They might be able to find this res. They are going to find the res. They are going to find that spike plant as well. No command went back the other way now. Teddy seeing if he can find the timing. He has that neural theft. He has a cage potentially as well. There.
Welcome to my
he can do.
world.
Viper Pit actually coming through for UBC as well. They can tell exactly. They are not messing around. They know how important this round is.
Just trying to clear as much space as possible. 4 members in the Viper's pit are in and around it. It's going to be the op shot though. I don't know, not going to land it. And now Ham's gone in. That's going to be one down. Inoob is going to find another one. Hammer finds another one. How's the spike doing? It's not being taken. Hammer finds a second for themselves of the round. Come on. Going to get shot in the back with the Sheriff. The law comes and strikes again. It's an 8th round for the side of UBC. They're even going to get away with that operator as well. So now all of a sudden, SJSU forced onto a little bit of a messy buy. It's going to be John Hamm picking up that Phantom at the very least. It's going to be multiple rifles actually coming through still. But they were definitely not in the greatest spots economically. Only has that Marshall. But we've seen what it can do. 101s to the body are nothing to stop.
Yeah, and that round was pretty costly for SJSU. They invested no command. They used the neural theft at the back half of that round, thinking when they had that 2v2, they would have had the advantage. That Viper Pit navigated to perfection, though. Thigwerb. And I don't know, once again, operator duel. Who is going to find the angle? Thigwerb is going to find the shot. Not going to find the kill, though. He is going to have that Blade Storm in his back pocket as well. That is a dangerous man. Oh, Pearson shut down by the Marshall. IDK on the operator. Oh my god, only a pixel to see, and that's all he needs.
Yeah, you look at the Marshall, you look at the operator. Tough calls there. We are not the same exactly. 101 to the body. It's 202 to the head on the opposite side. They're picking off that Jet. Pearson ends up getting traded out, and now Khan taking a decent chunk of damage from some sort of source there. Hammer's just looking for anything. The Cypher Cam going to spot him out, but look at where Teddy is. This rat is ready to roll. Autobots roll out. Will he take the trip down the chute? He's waiting.
Oh, Hammer. Perfect.
Timing.
There's one.
Ooh.
Hammer, beautiful job.
Oh, down the chute.
Beautiful. He is going to down the chute. Hammer. Teddy, though, trying to work the flank. Noob, though, read it perfectly from that backside spawn. Hammer. Now it's going to be that cave rotation. This should be
30
a
seconds
relatively
left.
easy A take. The only Chem stands in the way. However, he is instantly good for one. That's going to slow things down at least a couple seconds
Not
here.
ready.
If he's able to find anything else,
Standing
send
ahead.
the recon bolt out there. See what he can muster up here. Oh my goodness, a perfect tag. John Ham's going to finish. That's
Spike
shock dart as
planted.
well. Look at this
Enemy
HP.
remaining.
He's good for one.
Oh!
Can he find yet one more and end up closing this round out? Look at the HP of Noob, and it's all the timing. And they're gonna find a perfect pinch. Chem, 1v4, facing down a litany of members from that cave side, holds his ground. A recon dart set up the rest of the team, and SJSU take a round we thought they maybe weren't gonna take. That's the story of this map. Oh, they're supposed to win this round. The other team ends up winning it.
Yeah, just wow at that. I mean, it's so difficult to sort of parse together how SJSU are able to pull it together. You know, it seems as if they've got the numbers disadvantage, but they've just got that clutch GM. Cam, John Ham,
Here.
always able to find something, find their worth. And it just seems as if it's that match point buff. It's the championship point buff for this team. Looking to continue that push
You
forward.
want to
Granted,
play? Let's
Vi's coming
play.
the opposite way. I don't know. Has the tour de force. They're looking to use that force. Take a tour around the map. Find a couple of kills if they can. Already. They get caught out with a Cypher Cam, so at the very least, it's sniffed out. But look at this. 4 members towards this B site. Can UBC make the execute
And
fast
look at where
enough?
Pearson is sitting. They haven't really taken the space before. But that Owl drone, that is a great job to kind of counter that push, realizing we might be giving up this space, but we're going to get some information back in return. And I don't know, we said that tour de force, he is going to have to go big more than likely. If they want to take this round, that has to be the catalyst. It has to be at least 1 kill, ideally going to be 2 or 3 depending. UBC stacking up, spraying onto the box. A couple bullets going to go through there. They're going to look to maybe make this B execute. A couple more tags to the wall. Pearson on his game with the shot today. Hajishiri coming back the other way, though, seeing if they can stall out this push. And it's going to be a rotation over to A, at least for Pearson. The rest of the members still debating on B here.
I think he's looking for a little bit of a lurk up here. Khan might be watching those doors, though. Gotta be careful. Might have just caught a shoulder. Might have just caught the barrel. There's still 2 members on this A site. I don't think they
30
know that
seconds
Big is
left.
still there. Knife could actually get cut down through the wall. It's gonna be everything in the kitchen sink thrown to sort of push back this force. Now Thigwerb, he's looking the wrong way. Khan, though, able to find one.
Oh,
Oh, the barrel.
it landed.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
Oh.
Finding everyone.
10
He's finding
seconds
3. Thig finds a 4th. And it comes down to Inoob. No time left on the clock. And it looked so good
looked
for
so
UBC.
good.
It looked like they had the read. And yet it just all crumbles when it comes down to it. Khan with a 3K. Thigwerb finds the 4th. And SJSU 2 points away from being your CVAL West champion.
And so much credit to SJSU. They held their ground at A. They realized, hey, we got the info we needed at B. Yes, they might hit that B site, but the odds are they're probably going to lurk or come through these double doors. And they had a firing squad ready on double door. Now, we look at the economy. Both these teams, it's going to be a pretty healthy buy. Pearson, the only one going to be on light armor. But I'll tell you what, Adam,
Ooh, nice
if
spot
UBC
first.
loses this round, they potentially had to deal with that Viper pit and a couple other ultimates coming up sooner than later. That early pit does get invested. UBC, it is gut check time. You have got to find it.
Exactly. I mean, you've got all of your credits invested into this round. Your wallet is feeling thinner than ever. Talked about student loans 1 game. Now it's just down to who knows what you've got. It's your parents. You know, you're driving your parents' car around. You're living in their basement. You're doing everything that you can, but yet you can still find a way out. Finding an early kill there onto Khan. You heat check him specifically.
Look at where Yams and
Such
look at where
a
Yams.
strong play.
Look at
Oh my goodness.
oh
Yams and
Yam
hams.
and Ham. The timing, he might catch a barrel of John Ham here. Shoulder to shoulder they go. And John Ham is going to end up finding him. The Viper pit stays intact. But now it's Noob. Do they know he's here? He spawns a big worm, but the operator just too damn powerful. That is a big, big kill. Now it's going to be this B flood, but Teddy is already waiting for that rotation, trying to play that cutoff. They're gonna use those things by supply space. Oh, the spray down Pearson, literally 1 HP. Teddy, what else can he find? Oh my god, he's tagging up all of these UBC members. The tripwire's good, the damage is good, the op shot is
30
good.
seconds left.
SJSU doing everything
Spike
right this
planted.
round.
My goodness, it's so tense. Hammer has no health, gets spotted out as well. Big Worm just
One
went in
enemy
for the
remaining.
kill.
Why
He's
not?
looking for everything. Cam gonna be able to find no though, able to find 2, but it won't be enough. And that is championship point now for SJSU.
That's our face.
No credits to reveal. There's nothing left for UBC. They've given it their all. It all comes down to this final round. 4 chances to clinch. And this Cypher has been on point. Absolutely masterful. John Hamm finding
Match
these lineups
point.
with the Viper. That one round could have turned the tides of a lot of this game. Just clutching it out with those lineups. Able to win a round. And now you're really
Look at this buy,
you are
too.
as close as you can
The
get.
buy, it's going to be light armor on 4 of these members,
no.
a Guardian, and they have to deal with the Null Command and the Blade Storm online. Teddy is very, very close to that Neural Theft as well. This is a team, the economy is healthy. Big Worm, he has the Operator as well. Operator, Blade Storm, disgusting long-range combination. It's now going to be SJSU. Can they find this first blood, maybe these first 2 frags, and can they end up taking a championship?
Spike dropped.
That's what it comes down to. That wire is so low to the ground. Pearson just going to walk over it, already revealing the intentions. So careful in absolutely every angle, but these light shields not going to provide them much wiggle room at that. Pushing forward aggressively as Pearson. They want to try and find Teddy. That dart. Find him. Coming around the corner. Teddy finds 1. I don't know, going to trade one back onto him. Spikes down. It's a 4v4, but it's now 4v3. Null Command. Come through. The Blade Storm's here as well. Everything is coming down. I don't know. Teddy gonna find a 3rd one. Yams now has to get back to the basics into cave. And now the orb's already down. They're looking to defuse it. How long do they have? Khan finds another one. And that's gonna be it. SJSU Blue. They clean the 3-0. And they will be your first CVAL West
Defenders
champions here. My goodness, what a series.
Yeah, USA will reign supreme today, and in CVAL West, San Jose State University can be called your inaugural CVAL West champions. They fought hard. We doubted them. We counted them out. There were so many people that wrote them off, me and Adam included. Even today, we said UBC 3-2 on that Canadian copium, but SJSU, they deserve to win this series. They deserve to be called champions. They played so well. And you talk about a team effort. We called every single player's name these last 2 weeks. They showed up. They showed out. They put it all together at the right time. And man, like we said, CVAL West champions, the best of the West, has a nice ring to it.
My goodness. And, you know, they just sort of were able to get their wits about them, especially after dropping that one map against U Alberta. It just seemed after that it clicked. They said, you know what, we're not dropping another one. We are going to finish strong. And looking at these stats, they were 270 combat score. Everyone sort of showing up in that regard. SJSU were just so strong on those post plants as well. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to them just being able to play after the spike has gone down. And UBC just, sometimes they just fumbled. They fumbled the bag a little bit there. And nonetheless, those clutches end up being what matter. And at the end of the day, SJSU come through. They regain their crown as best in the West, and definitely looking to see how they're going to develop over the next couple of tournaments, because I'm sure that they're not done. They want to keep going. They want to keep proving themselves. But we'll have to see what is in store.
With that being said, though, we're going to throw it to a very, very quick break before we put a bow on all of CVAL. The North, the East, and the South had all finished, just waiting on us over here at the West. So we'll throw it to a very, very quick break. And after we come back, we'll put a bow on this whole tournament. We'll cap things off, and we'll officially crown our champion.